everyone, and welcome to your Wednesday. I'm Piper Harris with Poema Women's Success Coaching. And if you're joining me for the first time today, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is my Caring Through COVID series. I have really committed to making daily videos to get us thinking about our personal lives and our professional lives, giving you some tips and some tools and some respite in the middle of this pandemic. So if you joined me, I've been speaking on life leadership success and what is life leadership success. On Monday, I talked about that this is an action. This is a verb that we're living out every single day, that it's about following your goals and passions with one foot in front of the other, having an action plan and putting it into place. Yesterday, I had talked about, or the day, Tuesday, yesterday, talked about the importance of learning, that it is so important to learn as someone that's going to lead their life successfully. So when you're learning, you're going to be learning not only from the mistakes you made, which is very important so you don't become paralyzed by those mistakes, but you're going to be learning from others, whether it's directly by asking questions or indirectly by observing. And through all that learning, then you put practices into play and then you evaluate how they work for you. We also dug into our values and how very important it is to define our personal value statement. I'm betting you don't have one. Most people don't have one. So we talked about an exercise, and you can look this up online. There's like a values assessment. There's about 200 words. You choose like your top 25 values in your life. Then I asked you to go through that top 25 and whittle it down to 10. Okay, so I understand that this is pretty darn difficult. So I want you to ask yourself, am I expressing this or utilizing this value at least part of the time in my life? So that's going to help you get down to 10. Then I want you to break that down to 3 or 5 of your values. So that's when you go back through those values and you say, do I express or walk within or utilize this value every single day of my life? If the answer is no, chunk it off the list. So you're going to be left with like 3 to 5. Then what I asked you to do is take those 3 to 5 values and create your own values statement. This is your bedrock. This is your foundation. This is what's going to get you through in the hardest of times. This is what people say when they think of you. So a personal value statement is not only wonderful for you personally, but it is professionally. And I shared that one of my personal values is integrity. And this is something that I hold very closely to me. You are going to see who I am over here. You're going to see who I am over here. I follow through. So today, what I want to talk to you about is I want to talk to you about your beliefs. Now, our beliefs, much like our values, they can motivate and impact you. However, they could also hinder your progress and growth. So with our values, those are those bedrock feelings, those things that we live our life by. Beliefs, however, can many times be collected from family, friends, coworkers, society, even your experiences. So it's typically way easier to change our beliefs than it is a value, if that makes sense. The thing that I've talked about with my clients as well, in fact, I was going through this with a client last night with a session, is that big pivotal moments in your life, they change your belief system. They change those beliefs about yourself. So my client and I last night went through this exact exercise that we did about 8 months ago to see where her beliefs were. And it was really exciting to see her personal growth that she's been working on and how it translated to what those beliefs are now, So when I'm talking about beliefs, here's something that I really want to dig into today. Are you dedicated? I hear a lot of times, I'm always, or I never, or they are, lots of blame, or I can't, or we are. There's just these statements of belief systems. And I think that a lot of times we fall into these beliefs because we've been told them over and over again. Maybe we've had quite a few failures and we're struggling to get ourselves back up. So my question is, are you dedicated? And you're saying, Piper, dedicated to what? I'm asking, are you dedicated to the dream that you have, to the goals that you have? Are you truly dedicated? Or are you 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Are you blaming others for your inability to touch that dream every single day? Dedication is something that should be a deep held value. Because if you want to reach those goals, reach those dreams, you have to have a dedication regardless of what you're faced with. I'm seeing this especially with the pandemic right now. There's a couple different groups. Some people are really struggling with this, and I can understand the social isolation, especially those that are afflicted with mental health illness. It is so hard to get out of bed. Conversely, I've seen a lot of individuals that are fighting through the anxiety and the depression and facing this just uncertainty with dedication of saying, I'm going to get out of bed every day. I'm going to shower every day. I'm dedicated to my mental health. Whatever I can do, I'll go sit in the sunshine for 5 minutes. So I'm seeing dedication just in working on their mental health. Okay. I'm also seeing this with some, in fact, I was speaking about this with a client, some work professionals. I'm seeing some people that are saying, okay, I am dedicated to my job, to my profession, to the people underneath me. And then I'm seeing people saying, well, Joe Schmo's not working, so I'm not going to work either. Or I'm going to throw my hands up in the air. I don't know what to do. I give up. So where is your dedication when it comes to touching your goals and your dreams? So many times, our beliefs, and I see this all the time, our belief system, those things that we've adopted from our family, our friends, our coworkers, society, whatever it is, really, really stymies any sort of personal growth or dedication to what you want. So when you're thinking about your beliefs, these are separate from your values. These are those beliefs about yourself. So ask yourself, or complete these sentences for me and write this down. I always, answer that for me. Okay. I never, answer that for me. They are, answer that for me. I can't, answer that for me. I must, answer that for me. See where I'm getting? These are all belief statements. And by walking yourself through these, you're going to start hearing a voice. Are you going to hear the voice of dedication and personal growth? Or are you going to hear the voice of defeated and giving up? So beliefs and dedication, when it comes to you reaching your goals and your dreams, they are interconnected. So how are you going to change those beliefs? The great thing about beliefs is you can get rid of some of them. Our values, those are hard to change unless there's just massive pivotal moments in our life. But those beliefs that maybe you've adopted, mom and dad said you weren't good enough because you didn't have A+ your whole school career. Maybe that belief that I'll never lose this weight, maybe you need to shrug that off, because those I will never and they did this and all of those things, they are not helping you remain dedicated to your dreams and your goals. So when it comes to life leadership success, it's about learning and discovering and picking yourself up, evaluating, does this work? And if it fails, okay, I'm going to keep moving. It's about that learning process from others, from asking questions, being bold, being curious. Life leadership success is also about identifying what are those core values. You can use this as a filter to make decisions in your life. If you should continue a relationship, if you can move into a business partnership, that values statement, your personal value statement, is a wonderful filter to help you decide and make choices to keep you on your path to reaching and touching those goals and those dreams. And your beliefs are absolutely going to make or break your success in leading your life. So consider your belief system. What have you been told? What do you believe? Who told you these things? And you need to filter that. Does what this person say line up with what I say my value system is? Or am I allowing that belief that was fed to me to deter me, to blind me from those goals and those dreams? Beliefs and values are absolutely all about how dedicated are you to leading your life successfully. Life leadership success is about weeding through the crud. We all have it. And deciding, I'm going to take this or I'm going to throw it away. That's what life leadership success is all about. And it does take time. It does take time to work through this and weed through this. I know I've been on this path for 20 years. It takes a lot of time, and it's not a process that just stops. I mean, I'm going through my belief systems at least quarterly. Like, what have I been telling myself for this last quarter? Do I actually believe this, or is this something that I'm just accepting from society or from past failures? So belief systems, I believe it's going to ebb and flow with our personal development and our personal growth. I really do firmly believe that. Those values, however, are going to be guiding us in discovering, is this belief something I'm going to hold on to, or is this belief something I'm going to get rid of? Life leadership success is really about saying, I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to my personal growth. I'm dedicated to my professional growth. I'm dedicated to living out my values statement in all that I do. I'm dedicated to understanding I'm going to fail, but that doesn't mean I don't keep trying. That means I am dedicated to that value statement. I'm not going to sway or, when things are rough. Again, I'm seeing that a lot with this pandemic. People aren't dedicated to the services that they said they're going to provide at all. They're dedicated to going out and getting more. But are they following through? That's the biggest thing right now. As a life leadership coach and coaching women into life leadership success, dedication is learning and growing and following that value statement, discarding those beliefs and holding fast to knowing you are a leader. Regardless if you're leading an organization or maybe it's just you in your home, someone is watching you. Someone is watching you. And you know what? It should be important that people look at you as a leader. I know some people say, well, I don't care about leading. You're leading, regardless if you want to or not. You can be in the grocery store in the middle of this pandemic now and have this air of, I don't care, I'm not a leader. But I'm telling you, if you're pushing through those aisles and you're not paying attention to anybody and it's just, you're just rude, everybody's watching you and they're saying, that's not somebody I would follow. I'm not following them. Conversely, if you're someone in the grocery store and you're being thankful, you're keeping those 6 feet apart, you're saying thank you, you're not, being rude, you're not pushing aside for the toilet paper, people are going to say, wow, that's someone I want to follow. I'm going to follow them around the store because that's good people. Life leadership success is about following your values in every part of your life, regardless of the situation. That's what I'm trying to get across with this life leadership success, talking about this week. So I'm off my soapbox. Life leadership success. What is it to you? You got to learn, either directly or indirectly. You got to be curious. You got to try things out. You got to sort through your values. What are your core values? What is your value statement? And which beliefs do you need to keep and which beliefs do you need to discard? Because here's the thing. Those beliefs are going to determine how dedicated you are to touching your dreams and your goals. So what do you want? Do you want to lead your life successfully and touch those goals and your dreams? Or do you want to sway in the breeze and not have, a footing? So thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Piper Harris with Poema Women's Success Coaching. This is a Caring Through COVID series. So I'm dedicated to bringing these messages to you every single week. I'm also dedicated to giving you as many resources as possible. So head on over to piperharris.net/COVID, and you will find so many free resources. Listen, there's a cookbook, there's a workout guide, there's a devotional, there's workbooks to work on goal building and creativity in the middle of crisis. There's so many resources. I even have a resource list for those parents that were stuck at home with these kids going on week 6. And so there's resources if you are just pulling your hair out trying to figure out how to keep these kids occupied. I've got resources from preschool on up. So head over to piperharris.net/COVID and download some resources. We are all in this together. We're all in this together. And what I want to say is I am walking in my personal value statement professionally and personally, and I am dedicated to my goals and my dreams. And part of that is uplifting you in the middle of this pandemic. Thanks so much, and I will see everyone tomorrow.